right, good morning, MarketChameleon.com. I'm Adam. That's Will in Pennsylvania. What's up, brother?
It's wet, and I'm barely up. That's what's up.
Look at the oak. Look at the oak beams. Did you hand fell those trees by yourself, my man?
I did.
I did, with just one small axe that my grandfather passed down to me.
Abe Lincoln.
All right, if anybody's joining us on YouTube this morning, remember, click that subscribe button, tick that bell. You can catch us live here every morning, Monday through Friday, for the options report. If you are on the Chameleano, top right-hand corner, click that subscribe button. You can try the premium option data and analytics absolutely free for 7 days. It is awesomeness. There's the disclaimer, guys. Remember, option trading is super, super duper dippy-doppy risky. Right, brother? So you got to be careful out there. Do your research. That's what the Chameleon is for.
Crossing the street is risky, dude.
What's
just crossing the street is risky.
Dude, tell me about it, man.
Getting in a car driven by AI.
Dude, that is probably the least risky thing you're going to do.
Not risky, man. From what you say.
When we were at the beach, I don't know, a month or so ago, and I'm talking to my kid, and he's worried about going in the ocean about sharks. I'm like, dude, you don't understand, man. Walking down here to the beach was 50 times more risky, 1,000,000 times more risky than you getting hit by a shark. So you be careful out there.
What about the gator?
Actually, in Manuel Antonio, gators are a bigger problem than sharks. That's 100% accurate, my man.
Isn't there one little swampy section that's
there is the inlet in Manuel Antonio. If y'all go to Manuel Antonio, hit me up on Twitter. I'll tell you what to do. But in Manuel Antonio, north side of the beach, there's a little, I would call it a little brackish pond that on super high tides will connect with the ocean. And gators, actually, eventually, every 6 months or so, a gator will house up in there and basically wait for dogs to come in, and it'll hit dogs. Hit a friend of mine's. That dog actually survived. A big Rhodesian Ridgeback actually survived. Had huge, 80 stitches on its back leg. But
Jesus.
Epic. No bunch of dogs got hit there.
It was able to squirm its way out?
Yeah. Yep. Incredible.
What happened to getting stuffed under a log like crocodile?
No, dude, it was literally, she said she got out of the car, opened the door, and the dog, ran out. And she was like, no, because she knew that there are crocodiles in there sometimes. And he jumped into the water and she said she just saw a wall of water just whoosh, like this. And the dog stopped, saw it, and turned and jumped around. And the thing just came up behind it. And the dog turned and jumped, and the thing just scraped its back leg. But that scrape took the skin right off. And
oof.
It was that dog was an 80, 90, it's bigger than my dog. It's a 90-pound dog. And he was very fortunate to survive.
Well, thanks for joining us, Chameleons. That was
How
our
did we
Gator
get on
show.
that tangent, man?
Let's get into something chameleon related.
How about removing my face so people don't have to look at my ugly mug this morning?
It looks like a gator coming out of the water. 2 items in the feed jumped out at me: Ally Financial, Delta Airlines. So I figured they've both been trending up. Ally 9 days in a row, Delta 8 days in a row. I did a quick look. Well, you look at this. Ally announced on the 1st so if you jumped on when they announced that $1.25 billion share repurchase authorization, stock's got a 2.5% yield, basically 10 PE. The insiders want to take more stock off the street.
Yep.
It's been up 8 days in a row, so 5 days since that announcement. I just looked going forward, 60 days out, credit spreads. Let's see how much. So there are quite a few with the positive theoretical edge we like. Win rates, the cushion if the stock goes against the position, and the return if the stock just sits where it is. And obviously that return can be better if the stock goes in the direction we want. So
yep.
That's Ally, Delta Airlines. Nothing jumped out at me at why
it's had this run.
Well, actually, it says Amex deal boosts chances for Berkshire buying Delta Air stock. So that could be it. Again, a reasonable yield, a low PE. Looked at again credit put spreads. Let me see if there are any with. I didn't check the cushion. So we have the theoretical edge. That
That's
we really
pretty
positive theoretical edge. Returns, win rates, cushion to the downside, and returns. So there's a lot to do in there.
Nice.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Delta Airlines. The last thing I'll talk about before I bring up the one screen.
Oh, I see it already, man.
Amazon.
Deal has been reached.
That was a something we've talked about quite a bit. That outstanding 50-50 state of Washington, where spouses are probably rightfully so do 50% of everything within the.
That's very PC of you, brother. Well done. Well done.
Yes, and I'm
actually apparently in this case it should be 50-50 because apparently, even though you don't really hear about her, she's very much a driving force behind that company.
Well, certainly in the early years she was.
Yep.
So when the stock was handed out, she was a big part of that early organization. So whatever.
So good for both of them to get that done right, where the shareholders all feel very comfortable with whatever they did. And supposedly he's getting, 75% of the stock, all of Blue whatever, the rocket company, and all of the Post. But who knows what the deal is? She may be getting something to compensate her for giving up all that.
I'm sure. I would think there's an agreement on the table. I mean, this is me.
Yep.
This is me. That, he's written that, those kids get everything,
Oh, that may be true.
So there's probably some sort of agreement, where.
No, man, don't you know the new modern thing is you don't give it to the kids, man, because that ruins kids. We knew kids growing up who got ruined by trust funds and all that stuff, man.
We did? Can you name names?
I didn't want to name names. You don't remember any kids, man? There were a couple kids in there who had the trust funds and ended up just drinking and snorting their way into their 20s. And I'm not talking about you.
Where are you going with this? My God, first Gators, now drinking and snorting. What's wrong?
The new modern way when you have ultra wealthy is you give your kids very, very little. Very, very little.
Who's doing that?
Almost all of them now.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Tell me one.
Buffett.
And I can guarantee
Buffett gave his kids. They have no inheritance. I mean, he gave them he gave them unlimited money for schooling. He gave them basically he set up non-for-profits that they run, basically. I know you're laughing, man, but it's not like they're getting $1 billion.
The biggest
if you know what I'm saying.
landowner in Oklahoma. It's one of the Buffett kids.
Yeah.
They were, either given seed capital or there's no way.
Dude, I'm not saying they didn't get anything. I'm saying the full wealth transfer.
No,
isn't happening.
I agree.
Where it's like you just don't have to do anything till you're 60, and then at 60, a money dump happens when your dad dies. I'm just saying that a lot. I'm just saying, dude, you have to believe me or not, whatever. Do your research. But
this is like
when you're looking about to pass down your wealth, you might not want to just dump all the money on your kids because it can ruin your kids, man. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, a lot of things can ruin your kids. I don't know if a money dump's the biggest one, but we'll go with it. Just like AI is the safest way to get from A to B.
Whoa, doggies! Holy cow! We got an intruder alert here in Rica. Oh my goodness!
We may have lost Adam again. Next thing we're doing is
wait. I feel like she's probably getting some cash payout. But it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter for what we're talking about here.
I did my analysis. You passed gas on it, and we're moving on. I believe that, they structured the deal where most of the money, good or bad, is going to flow through to the kids. The shares will flow to the kids. I think that is what's going on.
Yep,
that's my opinion.
I disagree with you.
I haven't read the papers. I will. I don't think they have to make those papers public even.
No, of course not. And but what this does for Amazon is it takes that risk off of the table, right? He has all the voting rights. And so, Amazon should get a little pop this morning, you would think.
Oh, there you go. And that's why we looked, I almost forgot, at some bullish spreads, and there were a few with the theoretical edge, win rates, downside cushion, and returns if the stock stays where it is, and the returns will be better if the stock continues to go higher. So got some stuff there to do in Amazon.
But then again, it could go the other way. You never know. you got to protect your downside, man. Be careful. This stuff sometimes just makes no sense.
Stocks, I decided to do an event-driven insight. We haven't done that in a while. Clicked on that bad boy.
Yep.
And then it gets you down if you do any. I number of observations. I did the max 12, win rates above 70%, and just any positive or any average return, any positive median return. Just so you know, we had 270 pages, 800 actually opportunities. And again, this is back tested from over 1 million potential.
Dude, narrow that down, man. Give me some returns in the.
That's what I did. I went to just looked for a bigger market cap, get some names that maybe with a bigger market cap you'll have names where you could do some option rather than just buying the stock. So I went over 50 billion, and that got me down to 13 pages, which is still a lot. 322 entries, and just on the top page, 2 popped up at me: Apple and ADP, which is actually automated data processing, and they were, one of their businesses producing payroll numbers and producing, they give numbers, but also the checks, handling the payroll processing. It does seem like, just looking at it at an eye shot, that PE is pretty aggressive. They do have a reasonable yield. You start to, it seems like this is not, I know it's a technology, but not, is this a high growth company? ADP? Anyways, I looked at both of them as bullish in the time frame. Now, ADP, this is 1 day before open to close, so there are some things you could still put on coming into it, but a couple of them are 2 weeks out. Apple, here's a trade 2 days before, taken off at the close, the day of the event. So you scroll down and you see the time frames here. I just looked at also, are there spreads we could do in lieu of this stock that may benefit? So I just did a screen for credit spreads.
Yep.
And looked at some opportunities with theoretical edge, win rates, the cushion, all the things we look for. We
haven't talked since Apple did away with their charging mat. Did you hear about that?
No, but they also, funny enough, they announced the new earbuds, the replacement for the earbuds. Did you see that?
Of course.
They were bigger and bulkier. Do you like those?
Is it bigger and bulkier? It looked the exact same to me, except with a light on the front. The wireless charging earbuds?
I don't know. Is there actually, maybe it wasn't the buds. Maybe it was their Beats. Maybe it was a new.
Oh no, you're looking at the Beats, man. Yeah, no, the earbuds were the exact same, but with wireless charging. The big news, well, it wasn't big news, but news coming out of Apple was that they had spent, I want to say, like 2 or 3 years building a multi-item charging mat, so you could charge your phone, your earbuds, all your stuff on one mat. You just throw it on the mat, and this thing would sense each one and do whatever, send the power to each one. And they just failed. They just were like, they put out an announcement like, we couldn't do it. And that's it. Charging mat dead. It was like, wow, that's incredible, man. When was the last time Apple sets out to do something and then just total fail? Like, just can't do it. Can't get it done.
Imagine what happens if something living sits on that mat for extended periods of time.
What happens? Nothing, dude. What do you mean? Do you even know what it is, dude?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I just can't imagine that.
Do you think I could just put my coffee mug on top of it and it just heats up my coffee mug?
No.
Are you in this, dude? You are one of those people. I never use a microwave, man. Dude, all those microwaves will burn your brain, dude.
Electromagnetic. God only knows what's going on. How does that process even work? What are they even doing? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know more than you know.
I don't know if you do.
Dude, it works with something in the phone. I do know this. You have to have something within the phone, whatever they have, like a little a receiver inside the phone or inside the earbuds to actually pick up the electrical waves to actually generate electricity and drive it into the batteries. Like, I know you need that. You can't just put something on it and it heats it up, man. Although that might be a good idea, but that's not what it is.
I other than you saying it heats up coffee, I never even mentioned heat up. It's not my.
But what happens if something sits on top of it, Will?
I would think cancer.
Cancer. Get out of here, man. You guys and your power lines, man. Go get your tinfoil hat.
I know
Put
one
your tinfoil
family,
hat on, dude.
I know one family, and we looked at a house by a series of power lines, and there is a lot of research out there.
There's almost no research, dude. There's zero research. There's zero that proves any link to cancer and high power lines. There's zero, dude. Zero. Oh, here we go, man. Here we go. Cancer risk and power lines.
Do you know
Here
anyone
we go,
who's
dude.
under
Has our show devolved into this?
There you go, buddy.
What's it say?
I know one person who has a house under a power line, and 2 of their kids have had cancer. So you do the math. It's just a number.
That doesn't actually say there's any. What does that say? Most of the research, but it's not actually. What does it say?
Doesn't say anything.
It doesn't say anything, dude. Show me the research. What does the research say? At cancer.org. What's it say? Show me the risk. Here we go, man. This show is devolved.
Well,
you know what this is? This is one brother showing another brother he's right. Let's see, man. Where's the risk? Show me. Show me the line where it says living within.
Cancer cause and the fact that it's on it. I'll read it.
No. Show me where it says that living under power lines increases your risk by X%. Show me.
Well, that's not what I said.
No, it doesn't, dude. You said there's tons of research out there. Show me. Show me the money. Show me the money.
It says right here. It says high-frequency EMFs, which include X-rays, gamma rays. These EMFs are the ionizing radiation part of electromagnetic spectrum and can damage DNA and cells.
Show me the research. That is nothing. That is a sentence that explains what it is.
All right, dude. I will get the research and over the net. You said there was zero research.
There's zero research. I said there's zero research that proves a link. Proves a link to high power lines and cancer. Show me the research.
When you go get an X-ray, do they put a big lead piece over you?
Show me the research. It's not an dude. Just so you know, what goes through high power lines is not X-rays. They are different things. Do I need to be the scientist in this room? Because that is a sad state of affairs, dude. I tell you what, man. You do your research today, and you bring it to us tomorrow. Because obviously you got to dive deep, man. Dude, the point is, do you think that why hasn't, if this was true, and everybody with the cancer risks of whatever, your microwaves, you don't think GE would have been out of business long ago?
Dude, we're talking about power lines.
I know. Show me the power line research. There is no research, dude. It's not there.
What do you think the average house next to a power line trades relative to a house?
There's no research proving the link. Dude, prove the link to me. Prove it. Prove it, dude.
I will look today.
All right, man. Do it. Do it. Because you know what would happen, dude. Every lawyer on earth would be suing the power companies, man. It's just that simple, dude. It doesn't happen. It hasn't happened. Not yet. There hasn't been a good research study to prove anything. So go ahead and buy your houses underneath the power lines, everybody. They're delicious and cheap because we get people who look around and go, oh, it's dangerous. No, it's not. Go buy your power line houses. They're awesome, man. So cheap.
There you go.
Deep discounts, everybody. Look at that.
There you go. There's the show. We've lost every viewer today.
Are you kidding me? We just gained 85 viewers, man. They love this stuff. They love seeing two people battle it out, man. Each one of them so right and so righteous. Would you buy a house under a power line? No. Is there a cancer risk? Nobody knows, dude. Don't think so. But you never know, man. You never know. Could be. Will's going to bring the research tomorrow, and we can all change our investments based on that.
Well,
he's still reading, man. Look at his eyes. All right, everybody. If you are on YouTube, man, you can subscribe. Catch this awesomeness every day. We usually don't bring the heat like this, man. This is good stuff. Look at he wants to prove me wrong so bad. It has become the most important thing in his life right now.
I'll tell you this. I would never buy a house under power line. The amount of
I know, but you've been fed a myth, dude. A myth surrounded by a riddle, dude.
All right.
Trust me, man. I live in Costa Rica. It's hippie city down here, dude. All I hear is about the risks of vaccines, the risk of power lines. Dude, half the people I know don't have microwaves in their house because they're scared of microwaves causing cancer, dude. So, yeah, I know these people, man. But I also know there's not a whole lot of research that proves any of it's dangerous. And, dude, I use the microwave every day, man. Fresh, hot cup of coffee. Thank you, Mr. Microwave. Yo, did he just hang up on me? Oh, my God. All right, everybody. Have a great day trading out there. We'll see you tomorrow. No, tomorrow. We'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.